Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video of the F1 2021 My Team Career Mode, episode number 31 for the final time ever for my team, well, in this little series that we've got. Of course, if you haven't missed any of the series so far, then you can, of course, go and check out the playlist for it all the way from that F2 series. And our first race in Australia on this game, probably the last one as well, to be honest, because well, you'll see why it might be the last one, but to be honest, I mean, we're actually going to try to end on a high, really, with the third fastest team on the grid. Yet Mercedes have been sort of way out in front in the latter half of this series. Should we have done a season 3, they would probably have gone on to dominate, like they did in season 1, really, where McLaren, of course, have been the Constructors and Drivers' World Champions as well. Very much back for them. Red Bull have jumped ourselves and McLaren, but we've jumped McLaren back into third place. So we'll see what we can do. Obviously, it's the last race we're going to have with Lando Norris as a teammate. As well, I'm not sure whether we're going to be able to get that opportunity again. So it has. He's been. I'm not going to lie. He's been one of the best teammates I've had in any career mode, apart from potentially Sebastian Vettel when he was dominating in that 3 or 4 races at the end of driver career mode in F1 2020. Other than that, every other teammate has not really been there as well. But this is our fastest qualifying lap, and I'm not gonna lie, the pace is woeful. I've had to lower the AI level as well just to be able to get even a chance of getting out of Q1. That's how bad I am at this track. I don't know what it is. I've not really. Obviously, this is the old Australia, not the new one. That should be coming to next year's game. If it's not, then Codemasters, of course, will be getting a rant video. But we're a 10th and a half up on our previous best time. That's about. I mean, that's not that great, to be honest. I mean, we need to be at least a second up if we want to have any chance of getting out on Q1, really. I'm going to see if we catch Russell. No, we're slower than Russell for sector 2. That's not great, even though we are a 10th and a half up. We need to be more than that, and we're actually losing time compared on our delta going through into the final sector on that DRS straight, and that's not good. We gained a little bit on that corner. We've lost a whole chunk of time on the exit of that corner, and we were only half a tenth up on our previous best time. Not even that coming through the final corner. So, not a good track for me, clearly, on this year's game. So, yes, and, well, can we get out Q1? The answer is no, we can't. Well, see what we do. Time for the race.
Hello and welcome from Albert Park, Australia for today's race. And I think it's shaping up to be a classic. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 16 corners and 3.3 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles an hour. The close proximity of the barriers makes accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. Anthony Davidson, a lot of talented drivers out on the track today, but what will stand out for you?
Well, Crofty, my focus is 100% on the front of the grid. Like you said, we're seeing lots of strong competition across those positions, so it would be super interesting to see the fight for that front spot. Personally speaking, I'm hoping for plenty of overtakes.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position. And it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Vettel, Ricciardo, Lando Norris. And Fernando Alonso, Ocon, Stroll, Perez. They've taken a grid penalty. And Pierre Gasly. Russell, Giovinazzi. Charles Leclerc, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. The owner driver, Tsunoda, they've taken a grid penalty. Raikkonen and Guan Yu Zhou and Luca Giotto. Latifi, Mazepin, Verstappen and Mick Schumacher. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Okay, let's finish the season with a strong effort.
I want to round off this series with a strong effort. We're down in. We've been elevated to P14 because of some last-minute engine penalties. Now, race strategy. It's going to be a one-stop. I think we can go from mediums to softs. It's a strategy that we've been employing all season long, and I think we can do it. It's a little bit annoying that the game is able, but you know it's the best strategy for me. The AI will probably one stop from soft to hard, so we should have an advantage in the final section. But 5 red lights then for the one final time in my team career mode. Lights are out and away we go, and it's a good start compared to Leclerc. But then he sort of starts to accelerate away from us into turn 1. Gets blocked off by, I think that's Giovinazzi. We're going to go out the inside of the Italian in the Alfa Romeo. That can we dive down the inside of George Russell, a former teammate in this series? Yes, we can. And then we move up into P11. Next up is Pierre Gasly trying to have a look around the outside into that section. Nothing doing there. And look, already the top 10 have started to run away.
No rain expected. No rain expected for the time.
No rain is expected as Russell is round. Wow. So he's had a good run with it. I'm going wide, very wide through that corner. And then he thinks about diving it down the inside. I've tried to give him as much space as possible. There's no way to fit it around. And a couple of people have been disqualified through that as well. I think Max Verstappen is down there, got disqualified as well. So we're down to, I think, 20 runners in this series, in this episode. Not episode, race, excuse me. So that's going to bring out the safety car to get rid of all the disqualified cars with the Mercedes 1-2. Hamilton leading the way with his own. Not had a great season, Hamilton, after dominating in season 1 of this series. But the safety car is on the end of lap number 4 of 29. We've got a little bit way to go. We have still got Leclerc does survive, actually, excuse me. It's Verstappen, I think, got disqualified. Along a couple of the other back markers down there. But jumping to lap 12 here, and we're sort of stayed out. A lot of people have either 1 stopping or 2 stopping. The 2 stoppers, though, I've pretty much lost out already, and it's just those people on the hard tyres. Bottas has jumped Hamilton in the pit stops as well, so it is Perez is going to come in now, and I'm going to take the lead from Perez. Perez onto mediums as well, so there's a lot of different strategies going on, and we'll see as Lewis Hamilton is going slowly. Well, it's a cursed season for Lewis here. I mean, he's way behind. He's even slower than Lando there. That's going to help us out. And Pierre Gasly is going slowly, and Gasly is actually out of the race with a huge engine failure there in the Ferrari. And the second safety car is being deployed here as well. And this is perfect timing for us. There's Lewis Hamilton. He's still in the race there, and that's the first AI puncher I've seen on an F1 game for 3 years. I thought they weren't in the game anymore, but apparently they are. That's definitely interesting. That might have to be a little game experiment. I don't know if they can get it from where though, whether or not he just got it from debris. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, into the pits we come for a one and only stop. We have got quite a few laps to go, but we were only coming in on lap 16, and coming out of the pits, something else that I haven't seen for ever. Perez went round the outside of me into turn 1, but Perez has been told to give the place back to me. So we passed Perez under the safety car legally, and we're legitimately P2. So again, I think Hamilton's puncher has helped me out here by slowing everybody up with yellow flags as we're going to get back on the launch. Have a look down the inside of Bottas, unable to make a move there as well, as he's starting to get a bit overcast as well with that rain potentially coming in the latter half of final few laps of the race. But yes, it's a 2-4 for us. Can Norris get a podium, or we'll have to wait and see. But obviously we are going to have DRS on lap number 20, and we're going to have a look at trying to get down the inside. We switch to the inside of Bottas, and we make it back up into the lead of P1. So doing the one stop has helped us out massively as well. Tyre wear's okay. We should be able to make it to the end of the race as well on the soft tyres. That sees Mick Schumacher in the Aston Martin car. He is out of the race with an engine failure, some sort of mechanical failure actually. So he's out of the race. Jumping to lap 23, however, Bottas, and I'm able to ship him and Perez. We're able to drop Norris, which is unfortunate. I was hoping Lando would be able to get in front of Bottas and Perez and just slow them down, or have a 1-2 like we did at Mexico, but unfortunately there, as the safety car's being deployed, as Charles Leclerc is binned in the wall. So yes, and that's going to help us massively as well with the tyre wear as well. Tyres are a little bit cold, but we are there. You might notice the engine icon, that's just a worn gearbox, 68%. It's not going to concern us, as well as we're sort of taking them to the line, trying to catch Bottas, Perez napping. Hopefully Norris is paying attention though. Looks like he is, as he gets are we able to gap Bottas, but I mean the tyres are starting to go off. They're past their best, and of course Bottas is in the fastest car by a mile. Perez as well. Red Bull are the second fastest car as well. All other tyre advantages helping me. My tyres are starting to go off. Bottas is now and look around the outside into the in that corner. We're able to take a bit of the curbing and swoop across into the inside and retain the lead of the Australian Grand Prix. But Bottas now is having to go around the outside, and we've almost made a little bit of contact. This is the last lap. Can we hold on? Yes, we can. In actual fact, Bottas is going to come under pressure. Norris has fallen behind Ocon there. Ocon has had a good season, a consistent season with a couple of podiums earlier on. Dropping off a little bit with reliability, but Norris there falls behind Ocon. But we're celebrating a little bit too early, I must admit, with the hands there. But nevertheless, it's a victory. That after qualifying in P18 I did not think we would get, but nevertheless,
It's been a roller coaster season then, but they can go into the winter with their heads held high. Here comes your top three making their way down to the podium for what can only be described as a fantastic day for Formula One.
Just like Baku, it's glitched again. I only get this. I've only had this glitch in my team. I've not had it in the driver career mode or any other. I don't think I've seen it. So Mazitwat finishes in second, and you notice the results here. I did check. I'll show you actually what I mean later on about the results. But basically, Mazitwat gets second, Giovinazzi gets third, ahead of Latifi in fourth. So the standings are irrelevant here because they actually changed when I was loading up driver career mode at a later point. So they don't really say. But from a realistic point of view, we did finish third. It would have been fourth actually, because Norris, of course, did get P5 in the end. So actually, no, it is actually third. 1 point behind Bottas, unfortunately. These are the standings that I think should happen. In actual fact, when I loaded the save, when I was loading my driver career mode save up, in actual fact, I saw that I was actually in P2 and the points had gone to Mazitwat as well. So yes, that is where I'm going to leave it. The final episode of this series. I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and you see plenty more F1 2021 related gameplay. Until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care, enjoy your day, and goodbye.